All right, I guess we'll just get it rolling. Hello, welcome back to Round 11 Podcasts. This is episode 3. We talking a lot about Division B, how that kind of ended up, and then we're going to be discussing more going into Fort Worth. Hey, how's everybody feeling?
Oh, you look good, Rob. How
Been
about
great.
yourself?
Yo, I was at tennis practice on Friday and we were watching film. And he was like, yeah, we're going to have tennis practice on Saturday at 5 p.m. And then he was like, oh, wait, Joshua can't go because he has the podcast. I was like, what? I'm fucking with
Oh, I was going to say hello.
Uh,
Carl, bro, welcome back.
what do you-
I'm here.
Welcome back, Carl.
Hey,
Thank you.
Carl abandoned us last week because he hates us, but all right. I mean, without further ado, I guess we'll just kind of jump into it. We're going to start off kind of with the recap like we do every week. We start off day 1, 100 Thieves, 3-1s. Envy, any thoughts on that match? Anything good?
I mean,
What's up?
Envy they were both slow teams. Somebody just woke up before the other team did.
So, kind of to give a little bit of a run through the series, 100 Thieves took the hard point on Gridlock 250 to 236. Then they took the S&D on Arsenal 6-2. Envy bounced back with a big 3-0 on Control, which is actually 100 Thieves' best game. Well, maybe not their best game mode anymore because they actually have the best hard point record in Division B. And then the 100 Thieves came back, won 250 to 206 on Arsenal hard point. So they won that series 3-1. Both of the hard points, Envy got to pass the 200 mark, which is pretty good to look at, I guess. Any thoughts on that one?
100 Thieves just woke up before Envy did. And just came out with the fire.
Envy just came out slow. Really slow.
Too
Did you
slow.
think-
Yeah, I mean Envy. I mean, as we move forward, we'll talk about Envy a little more. Like I said, I mean they're kind of the slow start kind of doesn't stop here, unfortunately. So, I mean that match was a good match, but moving forward, we pretty much got Splice 3-1s Accelerate. We had Splice taking the first hard point 250 to 149. Then Accelerate bounced back 6-4 S&D win on Hacienda, and then Splice took 2 straight maps, 3-0 on Seaside Control, and then 250 to 194 on Arsenal Hardpoint. So, I mean, that match, at least in my opinion, man, that seems pretty obvious. I mean, Splice is looking too good going into that one.
Yeah, that one map, though, it's like...
They
it's
lost
like
the
best
control,
team in
right?
the game.
What's that?
They lost the control.
Yeah, they lost the S&D.
They lost to S&D, so I mean, like, they're the second best team in the game, losing to S&D to, I mean, it's a pro league team. It's like
Would you say second best team in the...
the entire game. Like, you're supposed to be, like, right? So,
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you were
you're
doubling down on
losing,
that.
you're losing maps to, like, who's, like,
Mm.
who just picked up a player.
Okay,
Like,
I
that was
mean,
kinda-
nobody else? Anything? Lamb?
I got nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, I mean that one to me, like I said,
Expected.
yeah, that was pretty expected. Those matches on day 1 was pretty uninteresting, at least from my point of view. Both matches ended 3-1. 100 Thieves Envy was somewhat close in the hard points, but I mean the other 2 maps weren't that close at all. So, I mean, after day 1, you had Splice sitting atop the division at 4-0. Heretics 4-0, United 3-1, 100 Thieves 2-2, Envy E6 EXG all 1-3, and then Denial sitting winless after day 1. I mean day 1, like I said before, pretty boring for the most part. So
it went how it was supposed to go.
yeah, nothing crazy happened. Nothing like day 3? Yeah, day 3. Day 3 was like legitimately crazy. So, I mean, pretty much moving into day 2. Start off with another obvious match. United 3-1's Denial. United again, like they always do. They came out slow in the hard point. Lost that on Seaside, 250 to 242, which is how pretty much every Seaside ends. And then they ended up taking 3 maps straight. 6-2 on Freak, 3-0 on Gridlock Control, and then 250 to 60 on Gridlock Hardpoint, which was actually Denial's pick of a map. So it's funny that they won their United's pick, but literally got smoked on their pick. So I mean, any thoughts? What do we got?
I feel like Denial is pretty solid at hardpoint. I feel like they usually get 3-1, but like usually that map they win, they'll like steal a hardpoint. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of the pros tweeting that they're just like, they're not a bad team overall. Like, people are giving them a lot of shit, and apparently they're not nearly as bad as people think they are.
I don't think they are either. I don't think they're terrible.
They did beat a top team.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, true.
United, slow start, like pretty much every event, every game they go, always have that one slow start. You know, lost that hard point on Seaside, 8 points.
Right.
You know, but you know, close it out like in dominating fashion over Denial. So it's pretty much expected from them.
Carl, your dad, Clayster had a good series, bro. How you feel about that one?
That'll be the ponytail.
The ponytail. Yeah. All right. I mean, like we said before that match, another boring match for the most part. I mean, that one. I mean, that was pretty expected. Not really much going on through the first three matches of week 2. Next match, another boring one. We got 100 Thieves Accelerate. 100 Thieves took Gridlock Hardpoint 250 to 179. Accelerate bounce back 6-2 S&D on Freak, and then the last two maps, both Arsenal was 3-0 in favor of 100 Thieves on Control, and then 250 to 148 on the Hardpoint. Flea, I know you were talking about like this team. I'm gonna get into it now. I wanted to get into it a little bit later, but you were talking about Robbie B a little bit. You had some shit to say about Robbie B.
I think Robbie B made that team like its top potential, right? Is like probably like what? Like top 8, right?
Now or
they could get
before?
like top 8 up Fort Worth or something like that. Like before, yeah, before. They could
Before?
get, like, top 8 maybe.
Yeah, maybe top 8 be potential. I would say.
Top 6, that's like ridiculously good for them. Right?
Yeah, that's
I
really
mean, it's
good.
possible. It was possible with that old team.
Yeah.
Like top 16, top 12, looking like right now. Dude, like that team got noticeably worse.
Yeah, I think it's really like it's a pacing thing too, bro. Because you go from having like one of the fastest players in the game in fastball. I mean, granted, he had like the worst like respawn stats in all the leagues. So I mean, he wasn't doing too much on the map, but flying and people giving him streaks. But I don't know if that really makes much of a difference. If that's a pacing thing, or if it's just they had an off week as a team. I mean, I don't know what you guys are thinking.
I feel like fastballer was always the first one to slide in there. And then they switch for Robbie B, and Robbie B is always the last one to slide in there.
That's true, bro. It's like Carl, bro. He's always the bait for us.
He's like you switched out the person you bait for someone who does bait, so it's like everyone's just baiting each other.
So I'm saying that's like a weird dynamic. That's kind of mind blowing to me that they don't get another aggressive sub. So like why you swap, and then not only did they swap player for player, like so it's like it's not even like a 1-to-1 switch. Like it's kind of like the optic issue in my opinion, where you sub in Zuma for Dashi, and you're not only subbing in a different player, but you're subbing in a completely different role. So like that to me is like I think that was Accelerate's biggest issue. I mean, especially through like the first couple matches.
That must have made no sense. If you wanted to make like a change, like if fastballer was uncoachable or toxic, like and you wait till March 1st with the roster media.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Just fucking spilled tea all over myself. I'm a fucking moron. But I was gonna ask. Do you think that switch should have waited till the roster change period to like avoid all the drama?
If that was the switch you were gonna make, then I mean.
Do you think they were just kind of? Do we think they were just kind of desperate for a win at that point?
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows they're one of the worst teams. You know, you gotta make one of those switches and try and start winning very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's something. I don't know, man. I guess you got a point because like they must have been. I mean, they were playing teams close, man. They must have just been in like full panic mode or something to make a switch like that. I don't know. Maybe there's something.
Why.
I mean, I get the toxicity thing, but
I feel like this Accelerate squad has a lot of potential because you look at you see Profizi in If Fair Warfare. He was like
Profizi was nasty.
I'd say he was an underrated player. Like if he plays like that,
yes sir.
And like everyone steps up, I feel like this Accelerate squad can actually do pretty good. But right now, I feel like Flea said, it's just a basic issue. RBB.
Flea, you got something to say, bro?
I mean, I don't.
Speak your mind, bro.
I just kept trying to get the words out. Like I don't. You said they're. What you said?
What's that?
I said Profizi was underrated back in,
Yeah.
in my
Okay, but
opinion.
you said something about the team. You didn't.
He
I
said the
said
team.
I felt the team has like
A lot of potential.
Right.
a lot of potential. Yeah,
A lot has to change on that team for that team. To
that's
even
what I'm
look like
saying.
potential.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
I
saying.
get it. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, a one for one switch, you're not gonna really get much out of that, in my opinion. I don't care what team it is. I mean, it's only gonna hurt you. I mean, you can't practice for
Matter of them.
with somebody for that long and then just swap them out and expect it to go uphill from there. But I don't know if you guys got any kind of finishing thoughts on how these accelerate. Probably not. I'd imagine.
The Thieves is looking nasty against the
Yeah, they're-
shitters.
Yeah, worth noting. Hunting Thieves starts off this week 2-0. So moving to the next match, both teams 4-0. This was the battle of the undefeateds. Not as good of a series as at least I thought it was going to be. Heretics end up taking that one 3-1 against Splice. First hard point went 250 to 230 in favor of Heretics. Then the Splice won 6-2 on Hacienda S&D. And then Heretics won the next two maps, Seaside Control 3-0. And then on Frequency Hard Point, they won 250 to 219. So that was the first like really big match. Hey Tony, appreciate the host, my guy. But that was the the first big match in my opinion. I mean, this was like the first one that was going to be interesting for people to watch. I mean, what do you guys got?
Splice didn't play well for the new meta change.
No.
Okay, so you think it was Splice playing bad and not Heretics playing good, or do you think what do you think? Or
No, I think Splice.
trying to understand what you're saying.
I think Splice played terribly this last week. I don't feel like any team did anything crazy against them. I feel like they just suck at the new meta. Like this is the first week they played with that update.
Mm-hmm.
They just sucked.
See, I don't know, man. To me, I feel like Splice is almost, to me at least, like last year's Rise team, bro. They almost seem like they're definitely going to be a tournament team. Like, you looked at, I mean, like, Lamar, accuracy. I mean, he wasn't, frying in the Pro League last year. I mean, who else is on that team? Aqua and Temp came from, what's it called? Echo Fox. I mean, they were great tournament players, too. It's just to me, Looney is obviously a tournament player. I swear to God, every time I see him in Pro League, he's getting smoked. So I don't know. To me, Splice is just like a tournament team, bro. Like they always find their way to the top. I don't know.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you with this match. I was watching the first game, right, and then I fell asleep with the whole thing, and I
You
did not
fell
know what
asleep?
happened.
That's how boring that series was.
I woke up and I just saw Heretics Street one Splice, and I was just I got nothing to say. Expected at least a 3-2 or 2, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I think I might have to agree with Flea, man. I think it's just Splice had an off week personally. I think you run that series back in a tournament environment. I don't know that it's close. I think Splice takes that pretty handily.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the crowd feels Looney.
Yeah.
I think if Looney doesn't have a crowd, he's not prime.
We'll get to what Looney did a little later, bro. But any last thoughts on that one? Probably not.
It's just disappointing the side of Splice actually.
Okay.
I think that going back, them playing on the update, not just this map, but past ones as well. Like some teams just benefit by the gun changes.
Oh yeah, that's true. So
100%.
I feel like that's another thing, bro. It's like these meta changes going around, and this was like the first week of full GAs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the first week of the full Annihilator GA, the first week of the SOG GA, right? Or not SOG GA, but Stock 2 GA, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like that could hurt a team like Splice, especially when obviously Temp was your best player. I mean, in my opinion, Temp and Jared were frying, bro, because Jared had the team's #2 respawn KD last week. So I don't know if that if the Stock 2 thing hurt him or not, bro. But I mean, that's, to me, I thought Splice was gonna win that one for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing else?
Nah, it's just
disappointing.
everyone calls them the second best team in the game, but Yeah.
I still
Yeah,
believe
we'll get there because I know Flea's got some shit to say about that.
that.
Well, I mean, they didn't have the preparation that. I mean, I'm not saying obviously Heretics didn't have any more preparation than Splice did, but
I think it's.
I mean, when your stars are sub heavy players or Maddox heavy players, and then both of those just get whacked, you can't really expect them to
I mean,
come
at
out
the
and
end
have
of
the
the
same
day,
results.
it came down to which team would show up, and Heretics obviously showed up. You know,
Yeah,
disappointing.
I mean that's pretty much what it comes down to. All right.
Well, it's funny.
So, moving on to the last match of day 2, we had E6 Envy. This one actually went the distance, went in game 5. They traded maps on and off. Enigma 6 took 1, 2, and 1, 3, and 5. I'm having a stroke. But they took Hacienda Hardpoint 250 to 148. Envy won the S&D 6-5 on Freak. Then Enigma 6 bounces back 3-0 on Control on Seaside. Envy winning the second hardpoint 250 to 102, and then game 5 payload S&D E6 won 164. So, I mean, Hook obviously continuing his dominance. That kid is just nasty, bro. I honestly feel bad for him, bro.
Has Envy won a single game 5 they've been in?
I mean, they did at the PLQ. They were winning all their game 5s, so that wasn't a problem for them then.
So
I don't.
not against all the AMs.
I know it's different talent, but yeah, okay, don't do that because they had some good teams at the PLQ.
I'm just saying, like in Vegas in the Pro League, have they won a game 5?
They have
Not that I can think of,
never
yeah.
won a game 5 in the Pro
Exactly.
League.
So it's like, you got something needs to improve now.
The app didn't step up, honestly. Get
Yeah.
them to their end game forms,
Oh, for sure.
they'd be the best team in the game. But
Whoa, hold up. You said what?
they'd be I mean,
Whoa,
I didn't mean it like that. I meant
Carl
like,
hit him with the.
they would be a top contender, like at least top 3.
I was gonna say, yeah, I agree. I could agree with the top. They could be a top. I don't know, dude. It's pretty.
Top
It's
6.
pretty.
Top 6.
You're tweaking.
Any
That's at
team
least
with
top-
eggs is
if they're
gonna
all
be nasty.
At their top potential, they're like top 30.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Because I don't know. They got like one of those weird teams, in my opinion. Like Silly and Assault are absolutely disgusting, but at the same time, I feel like they're so underrated, bro. Like, both of them can take over a game so fucking easily. Like, Silly has been, without a doubt, their second best player. Like, he's dropping fucking gunships in Hardpoint. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was against E6, no? Dropped on the frequency Hardpoint, he dropped a gunship, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, dude, Fargo's nasty, bro. I think that people are sleeping on him for sure. So,
To be the best player when you have Hoop on your team, by the way.
yeah. Can I just note that before the year they were talking about Aches said something like they were either going to go to Splice to team with Jerd, or they were going to go to Envy to team with Hook. I think they made the right decision.
I think they did as well.
I'm calling it now. In the next 2 or 3 years, Hook is winning a world championship.
Hopefully, if we can get somebody besides
Yes.
fucking. I mean, even this team, bro. Obviously they won a world championship. So what the fuck do I know, man? But like, they're
Somebody book it. Lamb just said Hook is winning a championship the next 2 years.
Going
Just book it.
yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna remember that right off the bat, but
Someone write it down.
all right.
I'll write it on my wall.
Spray paint it on your wall.
Yeah, that wall that you're about to move out of?
Just spray paint it before you move out. Alright, but after day 2, Heretics 5-0, Splice and United both 4-1. 100 Thieves after winning 2 matches in a row, they're sitting at 3-2. E6 at 2-3. Accelerate and Envy at 1-4. And Denial at this point hadn't won a series, but I mean there's gonna be some daylight breaking ahead for them in a little bit. So day 3, first match of the day. This may be one of the least interesting matches of the entire Pro League. E6 versus Accelerate. I imagine I had like 3,000 viewers, but E6 won that series 3-1. They won the Gridlock Hardpoint 250 to 163. Accelerate bouncing back with a 6-4 S&D win. And then the next two maps went in favor of E6. They won the, what's that, Seaside Control 3-1, and then the last hard point 250 to 61. So they just, I don't know if Accelerate lost full at the end and just didn't try map 4, or if Enigma 6 is just that nasty a freak. I don't know, bro.
Accelerate play, like the roles they play and like how they play, a frequency would like help them. I mean, I feel like they play cracked out enough.
Okay, so that's another thing I wanted to bring up. So do you think? I don't know who's. I'd imagine. Yeah, I don't know whose map was whose pick, but I'm guessing with how they got smoked, frequency wasn't Accelerate's pick, and especially because if you add, that's another thing. You add Robbie B to that team, I feel like you're only going to get worse at frequency. No.
That's what I'm saying. Fastball would have fried him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know about all that, but.
Wait, who was their main AR before they picked up Robbie?
Yeah, that's a great fucking question. I couldn't tell you.
M. Ruiz.
M. Ruiz was?
Probably Beezy.
I think it was Beezy, right?
Maybe I'm busy.
That's what
I'd be lying if I said I paid too much attention to the roles, because they just don't interest me all that much. But yeah, I mean, E6 takes that one 3-1. Accelerate, what's that, 0-3 to start the week. That's tough. But I mean, okay, so no final thoughts on that one, because I want to get into this next one real fast.
Yeah, this is probably different.
All right, this is, to me, was the wildest fucking series so far. Okay, so Splice Denial. Splice comes out hot, bro. They 250 to 207 on Hacienda Hardpoint. Arsenal S&D, they win 6-3. And then, all right, at that point, you're thinking, at least everybody's thinking, series is fucking over. Then Denial comes back on Arsenal Control. 3-0 smokes their shit. Then Frequency Hardpoint won 250 to 147. And then at that point, it went to Game 5 on Payload. And Denial edged that one out 6-3. So they were, not only did they reverse sweep, but I mean those maps weren't really even all that close. I mean they just blew them the fuck out.
Splice can never has in the whole like pro league, like last 2 weeks, has never closed out a series they're supposed to.
That's the truth,
Let
bro.
the game play out longer than it should be. Like especially against Accelerate. They were up like 200 to like 47, and they only won like 250, like 209. That's just like they just don't know how to close out games. Yeah, they just don't know how to close out games. It's ridiculous.
And obviously, that's not a talent thing. Obviously, I mean I don't know if that's something they get too comfortable with the lead and then they just kind of relax a little bit. That's got to be it, right?
Just end or something. They stop calling out and shit. They just run in solo.
I'm thinking like Lamb, Carl, anything?
Probably like some I don't know what to say then. Splice, they should have just closed it out the VO. I don't know what else to say. They're looking pretty bad right now, but you know, we'll talk about. I want to talk about more.
Okay. Yeah, worth noting right that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What you said?
Just my eyes.
Okay. I mean, worth noting, bro. That was Denial's first win of the Pro League, and it was against what many people wrongly so would say was the best team in the division. That just was delusion to me.
You said that last week.
Who said that?
Last week we said
Lamb said that.
Both said.
Yeah, man.
And I agreed with them that Spice was looking like the best team in the division. And then this happened.
Yeah, that's just delusion. But anyways, oh shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but I don't know, dude. Like, worth noting that, like I said, Denial, that was their first win of the Pro League, and then Splice, that's 2 losses in a row for them. So that was kind of where that one was unexpected. But any final thoughts on that one? Probably not. Disappointing.
What a closeout series, especially against Denial. You can't be getting comfortable like this. That just can't happen.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, so this next match, this one honestly shocked me a little bit because 100 Thieves coming in. Obviously, people had their questions. You know, Priesta, Crowder coming in as coach. Crowder replays. Hate calling him Crowder. And 100 Thieves, man, they came in, they're taking care of business. Played Heretics, they ended up taking that one 3-0. The matches, or the maps, I'm sorry, were actually pretty close. Like 250 to 226 on Hacienda Hardpoint. I know Priesta was absolutely frying. And then you went to S&D on Arsenal. 100 Thieves took that one 6-4. And then Frequency Control, they took that one 3-2. So it was a 3-0. All the maps were close, man. I don't know, man. I think 100 Thieves, obviously, it's worth noting that 100 Thieves, their hardpoint is the best in the division at this moment. They have the best hardpoint win percentage, so I mean they played them close on the hardpoint. So I don't know. Any thoughts from that one?
That was just mind-boggling, actually, because I didn't watch the game personally. I was asleep. When I woke up, I
You fell asleep again?
3-0.
Len falls asleep a lot, bro.
Are you falling asleep?
Stuff, but I mean, I expected like Heretics to win at least 3-1, 3-0, but
I think most people did.
But you know,
I don't think no one
you
could
showed
have
up.
like. Oh, my bad. You keep going.
Oh,
Yo, Lamb, speak up a little bit, bro. You're cutting out.
oh.
I don't think anyone would have guessed that 100 Thieves was gonna come out and do what they did this week.
No one did actually.
Yeah,
Even 100 Thieves fans
I
thought this
100%
was
did.
happening.
Okay, so it's worth noting. I mean, I'll probably cover that a little bit if I fucking remember toward the end, like after day 4. Actually, fuck, I'm just gonna say it right now because Slasher and Priesta were. I mean, Octane, you were getting consistent stuff from Octane, and Kenny played a little better, but Slasher and Priesta were absolutely frying. Slasher was back to form. It looked like to me. I mean, he wasn't dropping like fucking .6s in hard point. So obviously they go from getting smoked at hard points like 50-point club to, they're now the best hard point team in the division. So I think hard point is probably their big turnaround. I think Priest has a lot to do with that. Priest and Slasher. Sorry.
Also, I feel like that change, like that would have never happened. Like the change for Pharaoh and Priesta,
Okay.
like much better. I just feel like in their like just chats and stuff.
Yeah, I think
they just want to win now together.
Do we think that's like vibes too, bro? You think the vibes helped him?
I think the vibes did help him. I really think liking your teammates and wanting to win with your teammates literally goes like almost halfway.
Okay.
With actually being talented.
So week 1, first podcast we did, shit audio. So don't even. I'm gonna try to reference this without crying. Carl was talking about in the firing range segment how 100 Thieves should have dropped Kenny instead of Pharaoh. So now that 100 Thieves is back to form and they did the Priesta for Pharaoh switch. I mean, Carl, you doubling down on that, bro?
I still believe it.
You still?
I mean, I watched. I think I might have watched 100 Thieves twice, and both. I mean, 2 series. I mean, not 2 maps.
Gotcha.
And both times that I was watching, Kenny was still. He's not the MVP caliber. He's not going off. He's not winning games. Like you said, Slasher's going off. Priest is going off. But I mean, in my opinion, you throw Pharaoh in there for Kenny, and this team. I mean, this week they might not even drop the series that they did.
So I mean,
I think that's absolutely wrong.
What?
I think that's absolutely wrong. I think because Kenny doesn't checks his ego out the door. I really feel like Pharaoh's ego got him dropped.
Wait, hold up. What did you just say?
Kenny, okay, the Pharaoh's ego is bigger than.
You said Kenny checks his ego at the door.
I mean more than Pharaoh did, obviously.
I don't know if I can agree with you on that one, bro. That's
I
tough
think
to agree
that-
with.
I think Kenny might not have an ego now because he's going.
Because he got fucking
16 and
slapped 40
28.
times.
Exactly, this
Right.
game's humbled him. I don't think Pharaoh knows he's disgusting.
And I don't think
Okay.
Pharaoh's really gotten a full
Would you
chance to
rather
prove it.
have a disgusting guy with an ego or somebody that shit in the bed this year that
Not
humble?
shitting the bed. He's just not playing as good as he was in World War II. He's not shitting the bed.
He's not.
He's not near what he was, but yeah, I get what
No,
you're saying.
he's not
He's not
playing
shooting
up
the
to the
bed.
level of other subs or Maddox is now. He's still not. He's not top 5.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't even know if you. I don't even know if you rank Kenny top 15 players in the game. Probably not.
Right.
Like no bullshit. I mean, it sounds. Go ahead.
Bet Adam.
We can't lie. I mean, when I watched, he costed them. I was watching a gridlock control, and this guy's like corner sitting, like
He's praying to get some kills.
26, and he's just he's pulling out his grab and missing it, and then choking 5 bullets, getting turned on. Like this dude's, I don't know. He's scared, man. He's nervous. Something's going on. Kenny is I don't know. I don't want to ramble on too much, but
Yeah.
he is definitely not top 5 in this position.
Oh, he cost it against United.
Yeah, that's not debatable, bro. Yeah, honestly, Kenny. I mean, Kenny's nasty. I'm not gonna take anything away from Kenny because obviously he's not a shitter. Like he's not terrible. He's not a bad player. But I think it's almost like the it's like the MVP. Literally, like any normal sport or anything. There are certain players that you see what they can do, so you hold them to a higher standard. And I feel like
Isaiah Thomas.
that's
Right.
I feel like that's kind of how it is with Kenny, bro. Like people just hold him to such a high standard. He may not be. I mean, you could put Kenny on any other team, and he's gonna fit all right. He's gonna be a good player on any team, but he's just not the superstar he was last year. I think that's where everybody's getting on him.
Isaiah Thomas.
I mean, he very well, like you said, you could throw him on another team. It could be the way that their roles are set up right now is the reason Kenny's not playing like that.
You never know.
But all that I see is what he's doing. You can't. I mean, I can't say, oh, this is what he could be doing.
Yeah, you gotta go by what you
Based
see.
off that.
I respect
That's
that. Okay. So, any closing thoughts on 100 Thieves Heretics?
No.
Okay. Worth noting, Heretics. That was their what? That was their first loss, right? Or is that their second loss? Am I having a stroke?
It was
First one.
First one. Okay, that's what I thought. So that was Heretics' first loss, and they got absolutely obliterated. All right, so I guess moving forward to the last match of day 3, we had Envy 3-0ing United. So Envy, I mean, every map was, I don't want to say close. I mean, the first and third maps were close, and the S&D was pretty standard, but Team Envy won all 3 maps, 250 to 200 on Frequency Hardpoint. Frequency S&D, they won 6-3, and then Seaside Control, they won 3-2. I know, Flea, you were pretty upset about this one, so I'm going to kind of start with you on this one.
Okay, so I'm gonna really talk about map 1. Okay.
Okay.
The game is really close. It's Circle Hill. Okay. United gets full team wipes. That's all right, because Pristini is already rotated. He's their patio. Okay. United spawn pipes. They're all rotated. It's like not even 10 seconds left. Okay. Pristini goes patio.
He runs you?
You away from the new hill. He runs you. Throws away his life.
kind of cutting out there, buddy.
Not really.
Oh, you should be good.
Kinda.
My camera's
So-
falling.
Well, keep going.
He goes patio. He runs you. Not even, and he gets absolutely demolished, smoked. Right.
Okay.
The way back or blue. Okay. The people pipes. They're getting they just set up a 5v4 and they got smoked. So now they just lost spawn and they lost the full 60 and that's how they lost that frequency. How do you think in that play was the right play?
Expert analysis
Like,
from professional Call of Duty player Flea.
Wait,
That
did the
just
4
doesn't
people
make any
pipes
sense.
like get the back control before you pushed out?
They're pushing through pipes and then he pushes out.
I
Like
don't know
they're
if-
spawning up as he pushes out. Sense.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and try to make up some shit like I know more than the pros, because obviously I'm sitting here fucking.
Pristini tweeted out, he was like, "Oh, I made a bad play. No one was calling out." But look at your mini map, homie. Like, fuck, dude.
No, hold up.
Probably thought they all pushed to spawn, and one was back in hill.
Yeah, he had to have
At
looked
least
at his
2 or
mini
3
map
weeks
wrong,
spawn
bro.
out. Yeah,
First of all,
if no one
like
called
that-
out, he wouldn't have known.
that's what I'm saying. What do you mean nobody called out?
That's what he said. That's what I'm
a
saying. How do you
close
not
game.
call out your spawn? Like, how 4 people did not call out their spawn? I just don't understand.
Yeah, like, he was off the juice or something, bro.
It was most definitely a communication
That
issue
fucking
there.
Mountain Dew game feel. Get your head in the game. What must have been kicking in, bro? I don't know.
It was just a bad play and it costed the frequency, and that was just like how the series went.
Okay. So I mean, you guys got any closing thoughts on United Envy? No.
Mind blowing.
United just played bad, but rather than NV clutching up. So
Okay. Worth noting, Envy's first win of the week. So after day 3, Heretics taking their first loss. That still keeps them in first place though, 5-1. 100 Thieves climbing up to second, tied. They actually took over Soul Place's second, even though they had both had 4-2. But 100 Thieves and Splice both 4-2. E United sitting at fourth at 4-2. E6 3-3. Envy 2-4, and then Accelerate and Denial both sitting at 1-5. Accelerate has not won a series yet, and then Denial obviously took their first series over Splice. So, any closing thoughts on day 3? Anything good?
how many views did Denial versus Accelerate have the next day?
Day 3 had a bunch of upsets. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's true, bro. I don't know that you. I don't know. I mean, besides maybe the E6 Accelerate match, I don't know that you make. Nobody's predicting Denial over Splice. Like if you're playing odds on that one, you're betting fucking 1,000 to 1. You're winning some cash, bro. 100 Thieves, Heretics. Some delusional Nade Shot fans are probably thinking, sure, 100 Thieves could win that, but nobody's predicting that. Be realistic. And then United, who is looking like the second best team in the game, gets 3-0'd by Envy, who hadn't won a match yet this week. So I don't know, man. Like you said, Lamb, these are a lot of upsets on day 3. So okay,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Moving forward to day 4. Last day of the week for the division. Starting off with Denial Accelerate. Denial actually takes their second win in a row. They won that one 3-1 over Accelerate, and then Accelerate dropping to winless on the week. I'm gonna go to Flea in a minute. Denial took the hard point 250 to 213 on Gridlock. Took the S&D 6-3 on Payload, and then Accelerate bouncing back on Frequency Control with 3-0, and then I don't know what Accelerate's doing on the map on their 4th hard points, but they lose 250 to 53. I swear, dude, they must just be losing full or something. It's like, I swear to God, the refs unplugging their controllers after map 3.
Was Seaside map 4?
Frequency was map 4.
Oh.
So I just that's another thing. That's the map they got smoked on against. I'm having a stroke. I forget. Yeah,
That's a
he's,
hard map to
They
almost
have to
score
be
54
picking
on, bro.
map, then there's no way.
that's what I'm saying. Carl's right, bro. That's a hard map to score 50 points on. Only 50 points.
It's insane. You can get 20 off the first hill. I'm telling you, bro.
You should get at least 50, like
You can
more than
spawn
50, just getting
trap, bro.
scrapped.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
God, who was it? Dude, was it Study or Nameless? One of them, Study or Nameless, was talking about like with all the blowouts in the hard points in the division. He was saying that there's absolutely something fundamentally wrong with your team if you're losing hard points like that, because that just tells you that your team cannot rotate properly, cannot set up properly, that something is just fundamentally wrong with how you're playing the game. Like you're not getting gunned like that bad to where you're going to lose a map like that. You're just fundamentally doing something wrong.
That's it. I mean, I can't even come up with an excuse for that. We could score 54 on them.
Hold up, bro.
Straight up.
Hold up.
All right, we might score 54, but it would be probably just 54.
That's pretty bold talk, bro. I'm a run with it though. I mean,
Tell me
shit.
I can't get 54 scrap, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You could hide in the corner and hop in the hill when they
That's
run
what
away
I'm
from
saying.
it for
You're
like
gotta
7
just-
seconds each. Okay. So yeah, I mean that one, another boring match. Next match was Heretics and Envy. Envy ends up taking that one 3-1 for their second straight win. Heretics actually gets their second straight loss. Heretics starts off pretty strong, 250 to 143 on frequency hardpoint, and then from there it was just, it was all Envy. Hacienda S&D, they won 6-1. Gridlock Control 3-1, and then Gridlock Hardpoint, they won 250 to 236. That was the map where Hook was just absolutely hard carrying, and that last rotation, Heretics fucking choked, bro. Like going into Tree Hill, they should not have gotten that, bro. Hook did some crazy shit to stay alive showers, and that just, I don't know, man. That must just be a testament to how nasty that kid is, bro.
I feel like Lucky and Journey had a bad series. Luke had a good series, and that's what happened.
That's it.
I mean,
No further analysis.
Hook went 13-3 in the S&P.
So that's gonna help you get a 6-1.
Destroyed them the next, like every map. Like I don't. 0.0 like serious KD. Like, what was frying? Like someone's running, like Aches is baiting for him or something, bro. No way he's doing that pure off gunfights.
Carl's puffing the devil's clouds.
Yes, I'm not, dude. I'm dead.
Alright, yeah, I mean, to me, bro, honestly, that's, I mean, from how each team was looking, some people might call that an upset. Personally, I don't see it as an upset. I see that as Envy just finally finding their footing a little bit, man. I mean, it's...
I think so too.
Yeah, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
They did come off a win, a 3-0.
Yeah.
Sweep. Right, consider the second game. I feel Envy's just finding their groove as on end.
Wins.
I feel like by the end of the game, I feel like Envy can be a top Apathy and Assault region.
Hold up, Lamb, you're cutting out, bro.
Alright, I'm gonna say this again. I feel like as the Pro League goes on, heading to champs, Envy keeps on improving.
Oh, yeah.
This
I
is-
don't think
I
that's up for debate.
In my opinion, this is Apathy every game. I said this last week. At the beginning of the game, Apathy is nowhere to be found, but at the end, I'd say he's considered at least a top player.
Yeah.
So he plays. So I feel like at the end of this game, I feel like Envy can be a top 14. They should be.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
I think Apathy plays with his elbows in like the first half of the year,
He gets bored.
and then he actually picks up his controller like in like last event and then the champs event. So.
Dude's like, hold up, I can get my 100K back.
Right, bro. He's paying way too much money on his fucking hair gel, bro. He's like, all right, I gotta restock. But no bullshit, bro. Apathy's like a top 5 coolest pro in the league. That's for sure, bro.
super chill.
Pro
It's like
player.
he's
Joel
40.
Bryan.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. But
It's like he's 40 though.
40 still frying everybody
Getting off
else in the
topic here,
league.
guys.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to give Nameless some of that juju.
Bro, why do we always toast Nameless on this podcast, bro?
We really do.
You can have a day.
Okay, yeah, one day.
Really
Oh god, we love you, Aimless.
Yeah, you got a mean fade, bro.
Block Rob on Twitter.
I don't know. All right, so no closing thoughts on that last match.
We see Envy play like this every game till champs. I think Patty Cakes 3 ring.
Okay.
As
What?
long as they don't match up against Optic in grand finals.
Yeah, that was bold. That was pretty bold.
If you're Aches, you want Optic in Grand Finals.
Right, that's free
What?
cash. You want Optic in grand finals.
What?
Yeah,
That'd
Optic
actually
was
be a
bold.
great match to see, dude. Envy with Aches versus
Yeah.
Optic grand finals of champs. I'm down to see that, but you know,
Oh, yeah.
700,000 viewers, bro.
we already know United States champs this year,
The
so
mill. That's a quick mill.
Aches is putting his controller down. You don't even gotta do anything. Optic is just gonna get nervous, start shaking, and fall off the map. Alright, I'm sorry. Alright, but we're just gonna.
Alright, we get off topic.
Carlos King Scump gets nervous against Aches. I don't know what else to say. Alright,
Really does, bro.
Alright. Alright, moving
Thank you. Next.
Moving on, bro. 100 Thieves, E6. 100 Thieves absolutely smoked them. 3-0. Hacienda hard point, 250 to 174. Again, keeping up the dominance in the hard points. Hacienda S&D 6-3, and then the Control, once again, arguably the best Control team in the game. They won 3-0 on Gridlock. So E6, yeah, I mean, they look great this week. I don't know if they're gonna look any better as time goes on, or if this is kind of where they're gonna lie throughout the whole year. I mean, personally, that's what I think. I think they're just gonna kind of hover around this as their potential. I don't think they're gonna do too much against top teams. They're gonna beat who they're supposed to beat.
I think.
Go ahead.
No, continue. You were talking.
Okay, and then 100 Thieves again winning the last match to go undefeated on the week. 17-8 win-loss overall for the for week 1. Or I'm sorry, Division B. You know what I meant.
Well, I feel like E6 is like the highlight of their year is gonna be them making Pro League. Like, there's nothing else to look forward to.
Frosty's gonna get a better team next year.
It's worth noting that maybe an hour and a half ago we just got smoked by them on league play.
Yeah, but Kismet's getting smoked by Lamb. So.
Yo, hold up, bro. Chino was
General in the back of the head again.
Chino was hold up. So we were just playing league play like an hour and a half ago, 2 hours.
Flea was not in there.
General, Kismet, Sender. Okay, we're playing, and then you add in Chino. Chino was playing, bro. Potential roster change.
Yo, hold up.
If
Hey, you
that's
dropped Diabolic, pick up Chino. What? That team's nasty.
You might have just did something, bro.
if Chino goes to E6, it broke here. I will not be told otherwise.
We called it first.
Brought to you by Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Get your head in the game.
Oh god.
Yo, Mountain Dew, what's up, yo?
But yeah, I don't know, dude. Obviously that's some few gays talk, but
That's some real stretch.
who knows, man? That's a stretch, but
Unless General was playing with his replacement, be weird.
Carl, it's worth noting, Carl punched General in the back of the head. All right, but any closing thoughts on that match?
Right?
Flea was also not playing in that match.
It was pretty much expected. Honestly, looking pretty strong as of late. Going undefeated this whole week.
Yeah.
Pretty much expected. Against E6.
Lamb, you're cutting out a little bit, bro. You're killing me.
My boy Frosty needs to get on a better team, because
Why do you like Frosty so much?
I think he just
wanna get to the
likes.
bottom of this.
I think he likes
Why
the
is
hype
Frosty-
behind him.
look, because if
Why
you
do you
think
like
about
Frosty
it,
so
look,
much?
think about it. All these Halo guys, right? They all start with the shit teams, all the bad teams. You know, like remember Formal? He was on
Envy.
that Envy squad was frying towards.
But they won.
Okay.
They won
He was
G3.
on. He was on TK. He was on TK with and then got on FaZe Black. You know, with the old Strictly Business squad back on Ghost. You thought they would fry, but they're getting absolutely smoked. And then Formal all of a sudden becomes an all-star. You know, best in the game. You know, considered one of the best, even though he's played COD for like 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I expect a lot from Frosty.
I mean,
There's
but then
only
there's
one
other
Matthew
there's other
Piper, bro.
people.
I know, but there's also one Brad fucking
Brad.
Brad, I don't know his name, bro. I know
Brad
it's
Bergstrom.
Brad Bergstrom.
That's his
There
real
we
name?
go.
Yeah.
There's only one Brad Bergstrom.
Okay. Frosty's nasty,
Okay.
I guess.
First.
But
There's also one Kyler Garland too.
Best shot punch in the game, apparently. But all right. Then no closing thoughts on that one. We're good to move forward.
Yeah, move forward.
All right. So highlight match. You could argue second and third best team in the game. Top 2 teams in the division, in my opinion. I mean, I know after this week, 100 Thieves took over first place. If you count, map win percentage, they took over first place at 5-2. But until we see more, I'm not convinced on 100 Thieves. But I mean, E United took the match against Splice 3-1. E United finally winning a game 1 hardpoint on frequency, 250 to 141. And then the last 3 maps could not have been closer. So E United takes the Payload S&D 6-5 to go up 2-0 in the series. Splice then takes the 2-3 control win on frequency. And then Seaside hardpoint was absolutely insane. Seaside delivers again. In my opinion, it's the most fun map to watch in this game.
It really is. Fun to play too, actually.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna come to you, Flea. Get us. Give
no,
me
I
one
thought you
second.
were gonna say the best map in the game. I was about to toast
No,
here.
no, absolutely the most. It's the most
That's
exciting
awesome.
match.
Yeah, and most fight to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
And to play.
It's the most stressful map.
But
I love stressful maps.
yeah. So United took the hard point, 250 to 248. All right. So, any thoughts on that? I mean, I know the end of the game was insane. Our cities got blessed with the lightning on last rotation. Courtyard Hill got blessed to get an assist with the lightning or something like that. United actually gets the rotation. Splice team wipes because JCap was watching Yellow Alley, went to throw a stun stairs, and when he was throwing the stun, I think it was Aqua who stuck through mid alley, got a 3-piece. Hook got, or I'm sorry, not Hook. Temp, I believe, got one with like the War Machine or something like that. And then E United spawned out. Arcides calls in his calls in his lightning strike, gets a 3-piece. E United gets control of the hill, spawn splice out, gets the kills they need to, and then they win the map 250 to 248. So it's worth noting that that whole sequence went down in about. I mean, that ending sequence with Arcides with his lightning strike went down in about 15 seconds. So it was exciting to watch. I mean, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that one.
We finally see E United make the Seaside comeback on land. And what a better way to do it than against Splice.
Would have been better to do it against
In Vegas, right?
But
Go ahead, say
I'm saying it
Oh,
would
that one.
have been nice to win a Seaside hard play against Optic, but
Yo,
it'll
Lamb.
never happen. So.
Yo, Lamb, put your camera down a little bit, brother.
Oh, I scooped all the way back. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, you good, bro? You got a DX Racer?
No.
What kind of chair is that?
that's a DX Racer. Are you just noticing this?
Bro.
Ship me a pair of Yeezys and a DX Racer, bro. What the hell?
That's
You're
what I'm
holding
saying,
out.
bro.
What size, Rob?
Shh. Sure, any size. I'll take whatever. I'm just gonna sell them joints right away, anyways.
I have an off-brand DX Racer. I think it's made for a child. Why you can't see the back of it. What's up, dog?
Not much. What's up with you? I'm sorry.
But I'm just saying, this is twice now that E United has beat Splice
Mm-hmm.
On land.
on
2-0.
land. But everyone on the caster's desk is still preaching that Splice is the second best team in the game. Which
Oh.
absolutely makes no sense.
I mean, Splice. I mean, for Splice, they're looking pretty slow this week.
Yeah. I mean,
They get bamboozled by denial. They get bamboozled by heretics.
Yeah.
And then, we smack them.
I mean, they started off 4-0, and then they lost 3 straight. So, I mean, obviously they got some holes in their gameplay. I was watching on the analyst desk, I believe it was Chance, who was talking about how this could potentially be a blessing in disguise for a team like Splice, because at first they're thinking that they're a fantastic team and that they're on cloud nine, they're winning everything, but then to lose 3 straight, then that's got to humble them. They gotta know that they got a lot more holes in their gameplay than they thought.
Yeah, I feel like Looney's gonna grab that team by the throat and make them 1,000% better.
I feel like Splice is gonna thrive with the meta basically coming back. Vegas meta coming back. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. I mean, we got. I mean, obviously every map was close. I mean, that series could have gone either way. I mean, 6-5 S&D goes either way. 2-3 control. I don't remember exactly how the last round of control went. I don't know if that, if the lives numbers, capture times were close on that one. Just looking at it from a round count perspective, I mean that was pretty close. And then obviously the hard point. Obviously, if Arcides doesn't get that 1 kill in the back on Courtyard or assist, whatever it was, I mean they lose that map probably. So I mean the whole series could have gone either way. But I mean, any final thoughts from you guys?
I agree with what you just said, man.
This was just Splice's off week, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Something's wrong with Splice right now.
I think it's.
I feel like-
I think. Go ahead, please.
I was gonna say if I feel like Fort Worth we're gonna see a different Splice, but that's it.
For sure.
I agree with
think
that.
We got to give them some
100%.
time to get used to this new meta, and they'll be straight. I mean, they're super talented.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's only a matter of time before they get back to that top 4 form.
All
Top
right.
two.
Top. You say top 2? I'm gonna slap you.
There
Thank
was
you,
Oh,
Flea.
well,
That's
spicy
the
meat.
appropriate reaction. Thank you, Flea. Okay, but that wraps up the matches for the week. We had after the week 2 of Division B, we had 100 Thieves in first place. Well, three-way tie for first place, but if you count map win percentage, 100 Thieves at first at 5-2, United at 5-2, Heretics at 5-2. Moving into fourth place, you had Splice at 4-3, E6 and Envy both at 3-4. E6 holds the head-to-head against Envy, so they're technically in fifth place there. Denial closing out the week with 2 straight wins, making them 2-5, and then Accelerate getting absolutely obliterated this week. They dropped to 1-6. But just general overview thoughts. I mean, what do we got kind of on the whole of week 2 of Division B?
The Heretics.
Just general overview thoughts. I mean, what do we got kind of on the whole of week 2 of Division B?
The Heretics. We saw Heretics top form, and that's what I feel like we saw in the season in Division B.
Top form
So
or their peak?
Like, that's as good as they're gonna ever play.
Okay. I don't hate that.
One thing to note is 100 Thieves.
I feel like they already hit their ceiling.
100 Thieves is first Division B. That was really
I feel like-
unexpected.
And I also feel like we just saw the beginning of 100 Thieves rise to be like a top 14, maybe even. I don't know.
So you personally, go ahead, go.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too, man. Like they go undefeated this week, but to me, I just don't. I mean, overall, we don't have a. I know the year's been going on for a while, but I still don't know that we have a super large sample size to go off of. You had one event, and then you have 2 separate divisions of the Pro League, and there's only been 7 matches. You played each team once, so I mean, at least in my opinion, I mean, you don't have a whole lot to go off of. So personally, I'm not sold on 100 Thieves. I mean, they obviously bounced back, which was huge for them. Priest has been frying, but I don't know, man. So
Wait, didn't United beat 100 Thieves, right?
Yep.
Aren't E United supposed to be first and 100 Thieves is second? Isn't that supposed to be? Okay.
Top win percentage.
Well, but Division A.
yeah, that's kind of weird to
Optic.
think about because Clay
Optic-
Clayster even. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because Optic beat Red, and they have the same series count and the same map wins, right? But Optic lost 13 games and Red lost 10, but Red is under Optic.
Right. That's.
What's the percentage though?
I mean,
Red has a 62 map win, Optic is a 55, but Optic is third. It's fourth.
Yeah,
Optic
so-
conspiracy. There we go. Send it to Killer.
send it to Killa.
This is rigged.
Shout out Eavesdrop, best podcast out. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah.
Big facts brought to you by Round 2.
Second round 11's pretty elite.
Top 2 right next to.
Yeah, Round 11's fire, bro. Know who those guys are. If they know what
Round 2
they're
game.
talking about.
Alright, but yeah, that's kind of weird. Lamb, I didn't think about that because even Clay was tweeting out that they're second in the division. I don't know if it's because E United lost to Heretics. Oh, that's probably what it is. E United lost to Heretics, but 100 Thieves 3-0'd Heretics. They had a better map count, in the 3-way head-to-head. That's probably how they went off of it. Because
Yeah.
each team had beaten each other. That's how they did it. So because 100 Thieves 3-0'd Heretics, Heretics 3-2 to United.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's how they went off of it. I didn't even think about that until now. So, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, I mean, not for the whole podcast by any means, but I mean, closing out Division B, Accelerate. Obviously, some of the key points. Accelerate. I mean, they've been looking way worse with Robbie B. And then we kind of see how the game plays with the new GAs. No Annihilator. I think No Annihilator was definitely the right way to go.
Brett.
Because Pulse, obviously, you only get it once a game. And I think it just... Pulse, even though you can see fucking people through wall, I feel he has way less of an impact than the Annihilator does. So
They fixed Annihilator though. You only get it once a game.
does that mean... is that confirmed? They put that back in? Are they going to be on
That's
on
in the
GA
game
again?
because I was using it like all day. I only got it once in that whole gridlock hard point we played.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
All right, so I mean, moving forward, I mean, we had a big announcement yesterday. So Dylan, who's actually Reciprocity's sub, is actually going to be replacing Denz heading into Fort Worth. So, I mean, that's a little bit of. I don't know if you guys want to touch on that a little bit or not.
R.I.P. to Australia, COD.
Yeah, Denz was their last hope.
You tried.
The only hope got moved.
Tried. Australian COD is proven again that they suck. Nah, let me stop. But yeah, just RIP Australia, dude.
I think it's the wrong time to be making these big moves, man.
I gotta agree
I
with
think
Carl,
it's the perfect time.
No,
sure.
bro, I gotta agree with Carl, man. You don't. I don't know how much. You're not gonna have a lot of practice with him.
Okay, so I mean you gotta take your chances. You're losing.
I mean, unless they've been practicing with Dylan behind the scenes that I don't know about.
Yeah, because I mean, like the Pharaoh Priesta deal, they had a lot of time to get in line with Priesta on that squad, and now Fort Worth's coming up a couple weeks, and it's like,
Yeah.
I
new
think
patch too.
Division A team. Okay, so I think right after Division A, they already dropped dents. Okay, just didn't say anything until Roster Mania. So they've been scrimming with Dylan before it was announced. I think you guys are really underestimating that third Division A team.
That's true.
So I think that team is getting perfect amount of practice as everyone else with this new meta and everything. So I feel like that team's gonna be alright by picking up Dylan Cod now.
Okay. Couple things, couple topics I want to discuss before we get into the Fort Worth pools. So kind of two questions, kind of go hand in hand. Which teams do you guys kind of think is getting? Which organizations do you guys think are getting bought out, and then which teams are making are going to be making changes? Carl, I kind of want to get your thoughts on that one.
I think Accelerate is gone.
You think their whole roster? You think they get bought out?
Every bit of it. I think they get bought out. Yeah, because they're
1-6.
there just ain't nothing happening there, man.
Yeah, and it's not like EG who's 1-6, but they're like a big brand in Call of Duty,
Right.
and they have big name players.
I mean, EG can afford to not make any money for a couple of months because they're making money other places, but
Yeah.
Accelerate, you know. If you're funding everything, you need to see a return for sure.
True. Now, do you guys think that some of these smaller orgs, because I know Denial CEO announced that they're not selling the team and they're not making any team changes. So do you guys think that some of these smaller orgs kind of got blindsided by the franchising announcement because they figured, all right, I'm going to keep my teams, because they had an opportunity to sell in the beginning, right? So, I mean, I don't know if they just got kind of blindsided by the franchising announcement and they're thinking now obviously they got to sell because, I mean, if you're one of the smaller orgs, you don't have any funding unless you're going to find some sort of investor. You're not going to have that kind of money to get a league spot. So I mean, you got your name out there, you got your exposure, your social media following, or I mean, if anybody follows Midnight on Twitter, I don't know, but I mean, you got all you can get. I mean, in my opinion, if you're one of the smaller teams, you got to be looking to sell.
For sure, especially if you don't have a big name, you know.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, all this is a business. It really is. Everything's a business.
Yes, sir.
And you can't be betting all your money, your actual money as an owner.
Yeah.
On a team that's not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth noting too that toward the beginning of the year, obviously, Evil Geniuses couldn't match the salaries that a team like Envy or even Splice were going to give. So Evil Geniuses, even though they're a big org in esports and especially in Call of Duty with them winning a world championship and then the EG Dynasty back in the day, even though they're a big name, I don't know if they have that sort of funding. I mean, I don't know where they get it from. I don't know if it comes down to which teams have connections. I mean, obviously, what's up, man?
I feel like teams, like orgs with like top tier teams and other esports should be able to invest, because I mean,
yeah,
they're racking up a bunch of money in other esports. they. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word I'm looking for. They should have enough money to franchise.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth noting that Optic Envy, they have Overwatch World League teams. They're going to get a spot. Certain teams, 100 Thieves, you know they're going to get a spot. Other orgs, I'm not sure.
I feel like Splice should be able to get a spot, and E United should.
E United, yeah, probably.
And Luminosity.
Yeah,
G2, LG is like the biggest esport.
LG, Gen G, I don't think Gen G would have bought in if they didn't have plans for franchising too.
Aren't they? I know they're a top organ in Korea, but I don't know.
They have a franchise league team.
They do. Really, all that.
Yeah, they're chilling, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
All team I really can think of is Accelerate. Like,
Accelerate or Midnight?
if you're on that roster, like, you gotta be fucking
So there
flying to
was
colleges at this point. Like,
Well, what about E6? So we
E6
think
is not going. I don't think.
think they're
sick,
gonna
yo,
put
General's
that money
parents is rich as fuck.
But then
Rich enough to
there's their
fund a
franchise.
COD franchise.
I don't know too much about UIU to say if they're gonna. But I know they were.
okay. So
Sure they're top four? Don't quote me on that.
okay, so 3 hours ago, there's a tweet from Envoy saying, "When I can open my mouth, best believe I'm speaking everything on my mind." Envoy plays for Midnight. What are they? 4-3 in the league. 5-2.
5-2.
5-2 in the
4 and
league.
3.
4-3. Okay. So obviously something's going on with, or at least I, just off the top. I mean, he could have his dog could have knocked down his Skittles, and that's what he was waiting. I don't know what he wants to talk about, but I mean, you got to think that's obviously about the Midnight situation. So I mean, maybe Midnight drops their whole roster and keeps the spot. Maybe they sell the spot and the roster. I don't know.
They're a sleeper team for sure.
Oh,
Midnight may be dropping the whole roster.
or possibly just
Not dropping the whole roster.
possibly just Envoy.
I feel like
A lot of things to unpack there.
maybe. Hear me out. Okay. FaZe is going to Midnight, and that whole roster is getting dropped.
Because
What
Zuma
is going to happen before the end of the tour?
Okay, because what's up, Carl?
You think that Midnight would sell before Accelerate would sell? I mean, Midnight's pretty successful at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah, but
I
Midnight.
could
I
see.
mean,
Midnight
has
was
no money.
Midnight was pretty vocal at the beginning of the game too that they didn't want to sell their team. But
And apparently, FaZe. Oh, go on, Rob.
no, go ahead. Sorry.
Because apparently, FaZe's new roster is gonna be Cell, Simp. They're gonna pick up a Sim, Gravity, and Ish. I think so.
It's fan, it's
That
not Tish.
they pick 3 players from FaZe Black, and apparently that's their roster for the year, but to end off the year.
That could be nasty.
Could be nasty.
Because I mean, go ahead.
I think Midnight can easily just sell. To like FaZe can offer like the bag.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
Midnight, and like
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to say yes if you're Midnight. Like to
Absolutely.
guarantee the spot next year. Ridiculous amount of money. Like you gotta go with this safer option. Like
Man, we need a esports union for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not down with the whole. These 5 players got the league spot, and then the owner just sells it off to somebody, and these guys are
That's
playing
kind of
CMG tournaments for the rest of the year. You know,
yeah.
that's
That's
kind of wild to me.
I think that's more leaning toward they wanna see stability for investors and stuff like that, and giving the teams more power than the players. I think it speaks better to franchising than giving the players power.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're,
for sure.
I mean, regardless of results, my opinion, bro, teams have got to sell right now. Midnight, UYU, E6
Right.
maybe, Accelerate for sure, and then like I said before, I don't know. Envy or EG, I'm sorry, apparently didn't have a whole lot of funding. I don't know if they sell or not. I couldn't tell you, bro, but we could see some big names coming into Call of Duty.
Depends on how these teams place and for the rest of the year. I mean, obviously, if you say by some stroke of luck, EG turns it around and they're top 6 team, they're making money and placing well. I think EG keeps money flowing into the business as long as they're getting money out.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I mean, EG does have a top team.
All right. I'm sorry, Lam. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
I don't know. I don't know why they don't. They have like. I mean, they compete in other esports too. I mean, I don't.
Yo, did they have a player in like every fighting game?
I think they do. I mean, they got.
Like I see
players.
every time I see like some random esports highlight, there's always a fighting game. Some guy's wearing an EG jersey. Like, oh,
All right.
I know that one.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I mean, running a bit long on those topics. Kind of wanted to keep those a bit shorter, but because we still got to get to Fort Worth pools.
Yep.
So pretty much we're gonna start off just kind of with the general pool overview. So pool A, you got Genji, Heretics, UYU, Denial, and we're just gonna I'm gonna kind of go over these. We'll talk about these as we kind of, say what who's in which pool. So of those 4 teams, I mean, I think your top 2 are pretty clear cut. I think it's Genji and Heretics. I don't know if it's in that order, but I don't know that there's anything different from there. What are we thinking?
I agree.
I'm gonna put it in order. I think Genji and Heretics go in that order.
Okay. All right.
I think the way that pool is set up, like right now, that's the way it's gonna end. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that prediction at all. Heretics. Personally, I mean, if I had to put money on it, sure. Yeah, I'd say that's probably how it ends up. But I mean, you can't sleep on Heretics. I mean, if they come out hot like they did in the Pro League, shit, they can fucking win the event. Who knows? Probably not. But all right. So Pool B. This one, you got 100 Thieves, Red Reserve, Enigma 6, and Evil Geniuses. This one, I think this group. I think the last 3 groups are a bit more tough because EG, I also feel like is a tournament team, man. Like I don't think that those players are Pro League players because there's absolutely a difference. So don't, like, that's not a delusion. Those teams, there are certain players that are just event players. So I mean, in my opinion,
not one of them.
Yeah, yeah, that's tough, bro. But don't forget, these teams. We're all making predictions pending, potential roster changes. So who knows? These teams could be completely different. Midnight, for all we, or I'm sorry, yeah, Midnight even could just not exist for all we know. Go into Fort Worth, but I mean, 100 Thieves, Road Reserve, E6, EG. I mean, what do we think? We think that one's pretty clear cut. Because I mean, I think it could be weird if EG turns up, man.
For sure. Yeah, that's what
I think it's clear cut. I think it's clear cut. I feel like the way that's set up right now is also the way it's gonna end.
I think EG could go up to 2, man.
Yeah, see,
if they show up.
I'm with Carl, man, because like Red Reserve at Vegas did not look good. So
I still did. I mean, never.
That paper that was with Saints.
I think this game is 2 by the day, bro. I think that group's a lot closer than people are making it out to be.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So those
We'll see.
Final thoughts from that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So moving to Pool C. This one, I mean, top three are pretty good. I don't think this one's going to go in order by any means. You got Midnight, Splice, LG, Accelerate. I mean, for me, Accelerate, obviously at the bottom. I think, call me crazy, I think LG takes this group, bro.
Was just about to say.
I think it goes LG, Splice, Midnight, Accelerate. I don't think Midnight playing in front of a crowd. They haven't proved anything yet. Those players haven't proved anything yet. We could see a different team. I don't know, man. Like, I think it's LG, Splice, Midnight, Accelerate. So I mean,
Totally agree.
Lamb, what you thinking?
For these last 2 pools, in my opinion, someone's going 0-3, and the other 2 teams, the last 3 teams are 2-1, and it's gonna depend on who beats who. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a stalemate type of thing. I mean,
I don't hate that.
What?
So if you so I get what you're saying, Lamb. But if you had to put it in an order, what would you say? I'm putting you on the spot. If you had to pick an order, this
Splice LG.
Splice LG Midnight Accelerate.
It's not
Yep.
crazy. It's not crazy. It's not crazy.
Yes, I don't hate that either. So, Carl, what about you, man?
I think LG is a better team than Splice.
I'll see you guys.
Okay.
Can I get a Clayster?
I think LG takes it.
I don't hate that. I think
LG is definitely more talented.
Oh yeah, no Carl, no bullshit, bro. I agree to an extent, bro. Obviously, Luminosity at full potential, top 2 team in the game. That's just not up for debate.
Yep.
Gunless Formal John. I mean, maybe not so much John, but Gunless Formal both have the potential to be the best player in the world. John, potential to be the best sub in the game. So, yeah. I mean, all right. So, I mean, we pretty much for the most part agree on Pool C. And then the final pool of death. I'm going to say a couple things before I kind of ask for your guys' opinion. So, E United got first seed. Optic, Envy, Reciprocity. So, this is obviously the group of death. Optic, E United, Envy, Reciprocity. E United for the millionth event in a row getting the group of death. Optic and Envy, for some reason, the E Classico, they're always in the same group. And then, okay, so I don't want to read too much into it because nothing's been announced by Reciprocity or Envy. It could be about either team. But on Crim's stream, they were talking, and Scump had heard something apparently about a potential roster change to one of these 2 teams. So, with Reciprocity announcing Dylan for Dens, I mean, you would think if they're making another change, in my opinion, they're gonna announce it right away. So maybe a change coming to Envy. I don't know. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts?
Okay. I think Reciprocity gets another change. Because I don't see why Envy, if you make a change on Envy, you're gonna regret it. E United doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, Optic United are staying. That's.
So I mean, I don't think you can even change anybody on Envy. Like, you're gonna regret it. So Reciprocity is probably changing another player. Who did they change? Read your mind. I think you drop Zed.
What? Zed's been their best player.
I just said that out loud.
Maybe.
I think Tommy's the only person safe on that team, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Zed's been their
You
second.
could drop anybody else.
Zed's been their second best player.
Drop Wooskins?
Yeah, you're not dropping Wooskins. So if somebody's going, it's Shawnee.
Sini?
Tough.
Sini. Yeah, I don't think it's Wreck. I think we're gonna get shocked. I think Envy makes a change.
I think Dashy goes to United.
Good one, then. Appreciate you.
Did you just say Envy makes the change?
I think it's Envy, bro.
Scump might go back to Envy.
I think Scump going back to Envy.
Formal goes to just gets up and leaves.
Yo, Flea's going through it, bro.
Just gets up and...
No, I can't see Flea.
He just got up out of his chair, bro. All right.
Predictions?
Okay.
So
Go. All right.
I think it's. I'll go. Actually, yeah. Start with Flea.
Optic. E United. Really straightforward. Envy the Reciprocity.
Okay. Lamb.
I don't know why I put mad emphasis on it. It was kind of straightforward.
Lamb, what you think, bro?
Reciprocity's gonna go 0-3, but they play E United and V Club. They lose 2-3 to that. They get absolutely smacked by Optic, alright? Okay, so Optic takes first, in my opinion. Envy versus E United.
You know I'm gonna get mad.
If Envy plays E United how they did in the Pro League, they get second. What if
I think this whole group depends on which Envy you're getting.
if
Bro.
Abizi and Arcides melts, United takes second, so
Okay.
I'd say Optic EU.
I'm gonna calm down.
Okay. But
See, my first prediction was Optic Envy.
I think it's worth
Oh, you
noting
already got mad. I
that
was like, each team I do bad.
throughout this year, Reciprocity's been playing. I didn't even go to you.
Um,
Dare you to say United first, Carl, because I'm gonna call you a liar.
I think that this Pool D, I see somebody not going through just because they don't show up. I think somebody has a slow start, loses something that they're not supposed to lose. Like, say, say Reciprocity comes out and just demolishes Envy or something.
Okay.
Like, I think that's what's gonna define this pool.
You think it's just one team coming out hot that's going to define the group? Or one team coming out slow?
I could say it's going to come out slow. I don't think it's going to be one team being better. I think it's one team's not going to play how they should play, and that could be any of the three.
Okay.
NV, United, or Optic. I just see one of them not coming out strong.
I mean, I get that. I don't know how much. I mean, Optic obviously has been scrimming with Dashy online, but they haven't played with Dashy on LAN since Vegas. I mean, obviously they're more than likely going to fly in, literally get some pre-LAN practice. Not super pre-LAN, but they'll get some series in on LAN. So might be a couple of hiccups. You never know.
Yeah, it could happen. It really could.
What did you say, man?
Pull up to Helix.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, so those are the pools for Fort Worth. I mean, that's pretty much all we had to discuss for Fort Worth. Moving forward to end the show, we're gonna be moving into the firing range segment. That's where we got Lance taking off. We got one person. We got 5 questions. They're supposed to be somewhat short answers, but I mean, we'll take what we can get. So 5 questions. It's been random every week. Started with Carl, then Flea last week, and now we got Lamb on for this week. So Lamb, whenever you're ready, bro. I got
ready.
5 for you.
I just had something stuck to my chair. Let's get it.
Okay. So question number 1: has the United solidified themselves as the second best team in the game after their win over Splice? Make sure your mic's close too, because I'm not trying to hear you cut out.
I say they haven't because Splice right now, is looking really not Splice. You know what I'm saying? Until we see United 3-0 Splice at Fort Worth, which they will. I can't say they're the second best team yet until they beat Splice convincingly. Top Splice, not
League
week
Splice.
4 Splice, not week 4 Splice.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from there. Okay. Question number 2. Did we overhype Heretics the same way that we overhyped Midnight, or do you think that the hype behind the Heretics was justified?
I feel like it was justified. Heretics, they're a top team, and they did prove they're a top team, but they just couldn't. I mean, I feel like they can get top 8. Depends on what kind of Heretic shows up. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Okay. Yeah. No, definitely, bro. Because I can tell Flea's biting his lip, bro. He's trying not to say anything. He's like not. He's definitely not agreeing with any of your shit.
Yeah, this was me when you were on it, buddy.
All right. Question number 3. All right. So with the addition of Dylan, and being in the group of death, what do you see Reciprocity's new ceiling as? What do you think they'll do, kind of moving forward?
With the new addition of Dylan, I feel like they will get better as time goes on, but right now they're gonna struggle just because he just got onto the team.
No, dude, I think that's facts. I think that was a perfect answer. Okay, moving on to 4. All right, so after what you've seen from the new 100 Thieves, do you believe that they can win Fort Worth?
I feel like they have the potential to get top 2, but they can't beat Optic.
Okay, hold up. Elaborate a little bit. 'Cause now I'm interested. I'm interested. Elaborate a little bit.
So, 100 Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
they get top 2. I mean, I don't know how to word. They could get to top 2. Why not? No, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Hold on. I'm trying to say is 100 Thieves. They look like they've been
Improved enough.
Slasher, and what's his name? Priest is absolutely frying.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I mean, they would have to get past Splicer. I feel like they can get through Splice and United, but it won't be easy. I'm saying, but with this 100 Thieves now, I feel like they can do it.
So, overall,
Sense.
overall, you think no, they can't win, but they can get top 2.
They can get top 2. I'm not saying they will get top 2.
But can they win the event?
No.
Okay. There you go. And then
Here's a fact. Wait, hold on. Here's a fact.
I'm listening.
If you're in the grand finals against Optic, you're guaranteed second this whole year, unless you're United.
What?
Yeah.
Alright,
Oh.
fifth question.
Okay, fifth question. Fifth final question. Throughout all the teams we've seen, from what you've seen overall from everything so far this year, going into Fort Worth, who's your top 4? Top 4 in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, 3, 2, 1, however you want to do it.
Alright, okay. 1. It's pretty obvious. It's Optic. Optic game, right?
I don't think it's that obvious, but okay.
He's just catering to all the Optic fans. Keep going. Sorry.
Second, United.
A rematch.
Third, LG, and fourth, 100.
Okay. See, I don't hate that, bro. I don't hate that. I mean, I'm not sold on 100 Thieves.
Would you go there, buddy?
I'm not sold on 100 Thieves, but I don't hate you saying that at the same time, bro. So, okay.
Bold.
I'm gonna start something new this week. Flea and Carl, if you get one question to address, give your thoughts on his answer. If you can pick any question that you respond to, only one. If you want to respond to one of them, go ahead. No, we're just gonna bite our tongues on this one.
Please, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna talk about his top 4, okay?
Okay.
Just so since I picked top 4, he can't pick top 4. That's me. Okay. So I feel like your top 3 I agreed on. 100 Thieves to be edgy. I don't think that you feel like 100 Thieves is a top 4 team. No, 1 week and now they're a top 4 team at Fort Worth. I don't think you believe that at all. Throw a wild. I'm just gonna throw a wild ball in here. I think it's gonna be Splice, but
Okay. That's
I
it.
think Gen G can be a top 4.
Alright. That's delusion. But Lamb, I don't know if you want to say anything back real fast before we kind of wrap it up.
Spice isn't. So.
Spice isn't what? You're cutting out, bro.
I mean, hold up. I mean, because I did bring up the fact earlier that the meta is going back to normal to Vegas. So I mean, you could take out 100 Thieves for Splice, but no, I haven't seen Splice and 100 Thieves like at their top forms play at the Vegas meta with Beast on 100 Thieves. So.
Okay. All right. So I mean, that's pretty much all we had for this week. We discussed, a lot. Division B, week 2.
Oh, didn't talk about his question.
What's that? Oh, did Carl want to address something?
I've got.
Go ahead. Speak your mind, bro.
All right, bro. So, you said E United did not solidify themselves as a second best team, but then you said they were number 2 at Fort Worth. I'm not really.
Popped his ass. Good catch, Carl.
I'm.
Also, they didn't put Splice in the top 4. Got exposed.
He just goes down and he said, I'm out.
You said Splice was better than them, and then you said Splice wasn't top 4. What? Bro, what he's saying is United is gonna have a Cinderella walk, and Splice is gonna get a canceled flight or something, bro. I don't know.
Okay.
Splice won't be there. United is just gonna blow everybody out unexpectedly.
You got me there, Chief.
All right.
I had the Nick Young meme playing in my head over and over, like the Porqué thing.
Oh, Porque.
Like, whoa.
Okay. All right, yeah. I mean, we discussed a lot. Division B, week 2. Division B kind of as a whole. I guess we kind of discussed a little bit. Touched on some big topics. You know, Dylan to reciprocity. No team changes for denial. Did our Fort Worth predictions, and then got some good answers from Lamb on firing range. But you know, this week that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. Wrap it up for us. So you guys pretty happy with that? You guys happy with everything that went down? You guys, no final thoughts?
No.
Okay. So pretty much thanks everybody for tuning in this week. Thanks again to Tony for the host. You're the fucking homie, bro. But this VOD will be uploaded to YouTube, youtube.com/Rob Universe. You want to check that out. Make sure to follow everybody on Twitter. The ads are on your screen, obviously. And we'll be live again next week, 6 p.m. Eastern every Saturday. Don't forget to shoot. I was almost just about to say shoot us a like. But don't forget to shoot us a follow. And we'll catch you here next week. Peace out.